Okay, guys, welcome to our Thursday night. George Danisco is on. Michael Weingarten, how you doing? What's happening, my brother? How you doing?
How you doing?
That's awesome to hear you, my brother. You can start every time we do this.
Absolutely.
I'm super excited to be on with you guys tonight. Last night, Lisa and I had a privilege of going on and listening to
I saw
Mike Hinkie. Mike, hey Mike, you were on the call last night, right?
Yeah, I was on it. I have a lot of notes.
Yeah, and if you want to, when you're going through that, when Lisa gets to that here in a second, we'll talk about that. And guys, I'm going to give some things away tonight because it's Christmas, and so at the end, I'm going to give away a couple books. I'm going to give away some things that I think you guys will benefit from during the holidays. Lisa and I are guys. Let me just tell you something so you guys can understand why we think it's so important that at least once a week we all get together and talk and collaborate and pour some stuff into you guys. Some amazing things have been happening. For those of you guys that know, we have been blessed and to be able to have, starting in February, our own television program. Now, maybe some of you, that's new for you guys to hear that. For us, it's super, super exciting. It's been an answer to our prayers for years and years and years. That somebody told us, our friend told us that we would have a television program, and she's now the one that we're having the television program with. And they're about to sign a contract to go on cable. They're already on Dish Network. They're locally in the state, in the areas that they're in, but they're going to go on global networks and global cable. So you guys, we're in. I emailed Eric Marchant today about things I can say. I'm hoping to have LifeVantage as one of the sponsors. And I'm going to mute you guys, and then you can unmute yourself if you guys want to say something. Hold on, let me just mute everybody real quick. And so I believe that you guys are in the right place at the right time to be a part of LifeVantage. You guys have heard me say this before, and I hope that if you've never watched that movie, you go back and watch the Jobs movie. Lisa and I just talked about why I just said her the other day, I want to watch it again. And I want to watch it again because it gave us both the same revelation that whenever you have a disruptive technology like we have, it takes time for people to understand it. And guys, that time is getting closer and closer and closer. A lot of people, a lot of the medical professionals that were just at the anti-aging conference out in Vegas this last week, and I spoke to Sean McKee, and I spoke to Dr. Delush, and I spoke to Melody Ridardi on the phone this week, and they said, we are way ahead of everybody else. What we have, everybody else is hoping that they get. And so look, I know it can be discouraging. You get people that start to use the products, they don't understand it. That's our responsibility to go back and educate these people of why they're taking our products. And look, I tell people all the time, when I sign up a Vitality Stack, I say, look, if you ever get to the place where it's a financial problem, you can spend $40 a month on Protandem, and it will give you an advantage in life going forward. And you know what? It may seem funny, but my second premier school over 7 years ago. Hey, Wendy. My second premier school, how you doing? Over 7 years ago was Hubert Harris. And Hubert says some of the funniest things of anybody in LifeVantage. You know, I think we were in Nashville one time, and he said, you can't win the Kentucky Derby on a donkey. And then like the next week, somebody showed a picture of the Kentucky Derby, and they superimposed a donkey out here running, and it had Hubert running on the donkey. So, and then he said, you can't push a rope. And for those of you that don't understand that, is that you can't, what's that? Yeah. One of the really cool things is that You can't want this for somebody more than they want it for themselves. Lisa and I had an amazing, this is how many people still don't know about LifeVantage. Lisa and I, you guys know we just joined another mastermind because we're rotating and getting in some other masterminds because we want to connect with more people. Guys, you have to build relationships with new people. Lisa and I do Zooms all the week with new people that we meet because they're coming to us. Do you know why? Because we've grown so much, and I'm going to talk about that in the book tonight that I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk in a little bit about the fearless networking. I'm going to talk about some things that Todd Falcone talks about that I've implemented in my life. And guys, it's this couple that we spoke to this week. She's a PA dermatologist, and her husband is an ER doctor opening up a preventative medicine clinic. And let me tell you something. Neither one of them knew about NRF2 activation. Neither one of them knew about Protandim. They didn't know about BioTrack technology inside of a probiotic, which we're the only one that has it. And they didn't know about NRF1 technology. So guys, don't be discouraged. Be encouraged. You are first. You're the innovators. Okay? You're those early adopters. You're in that. If you haven't, go back and really examine that innovation adoption curve and look at how early you are in LifeVantage. Guys, yes, Apple became the first $1 trillion company, but they were almost bankrupt 3 times. And the principle behind that is, and I'm going to tell you guys this 1,500 times so you'll understand it. It's because they had a disruptive technology that was telling people other stuff that they were taking. They didn't need this. And you guys know my story now. I'm the prime example of why you should minimally take Protandim. I took all the supplements. I researched them for companies. I did research for nutrition companies and didn't know what their products were and never put my name to something. I'm so glad that I made a decision to say yes and stop taking all those supplements. And in 7 years, I took 15 years off my cellular age and 10 years off the length of my telomeres, off of one decision. So do you think it's okay that this is challenging and that this is tough? We've lost legs, $20,000 and $30,000 legs. We're not quitting. We're not going anywhere because we know what Steve Jobs went through. We've experienced it ourselves, guys. So I just want to encourage you that no matter how tough this is, it is a business. If you don't work it like a business, which is the push and the rope thing, go back to the $40 a month. Hubert Harris' best comment of all the things he ever said is he said, look, if you can't spend $40 a month on your health, then you deserve to be sick. And it may be funny, it may be tough and harsh. It was funny to me, but some people think, well, that's pretty harsh. Well, it's true, you know? And so tonight, what I'm going to do is, honey, are you set up and ready on here? Yeah. Okay, come on. So what I'm going to do tonight is, and I know Mike Hinkie and some other people were on the call last night with Blue. And guys, it's phenomenal. I'm just going to tell you real quick, and then Lisa's going to go through some of this with you. And then I'm going to do some more stuff. But as you guys know that this LV coaching, to me, is the best thing LifeVantage has ever came out with. Bar none, plain and simple. We both have agreed. I'm getting my own account tomorrow. We've been using Lisa's, but we found out I have to have one in my name. And guys, we have people that have been on the fence the last couple weeks, have watched Tyler Daniels' video on what pack you should sign up for, and they've decided to sign up for the right pack, and you guys know which pack that is, right? So just like this couple that we met with, Lisa and I talked with, who are doctors out in California, they're like, hey, you guys are coming out here. If you guys have any plans on the 31st and New Year's Eve, we want to have breakfast with you guys. We want to be a part of what you guys are doing. And that's because we have continued to build relationships. The more you build relationships with people, the more they want to know what you're doing. And the more that they want to, and guys, even in the next 2 to 3 years, some of your friends that told you no are just watching to see how serious you are. They're watching to see. Lisa and I are more excited about LifeVantage than we've ever been. And like I said, and before she goes on, you guys have heard, I was telling Mike Hinkie and Stacy about this. Stacy was trying to find a video to share with one of his Axio customers. Guys, LifeVantage has, and Tyler and Marcel and Blue have spent $250,000 and RiFi to get you simple tools that are going to elevate your business to nothing that this company has ever had. And the personal development part of it, being able to sit, like for instance, I'll just tell you guys a quick story and then I'll turn it over to Lisa. So I have a friend of mine, his wife's been in network marketing. She was in a company, Chris and I joke about it. It's called It Works, but it doesn't work. It works for some people because a lot of people are, they're looking for a placebo effect. We are not a placebo effect company. And I think, and Kimberly's on, she can tell you that, she signed up a vet and he understands it because he knows that mammals age, animals age 7 times faster than we do. There's no placebo effect in that. And they see results very, very, very quickly. So that's why when you take the time and effort into educating people. So what happens is this, so my friend in Texas reaches out. I ask people if they want a sample of Axio, okay? And so he is a pastor, and actually it's funny, Michael Fleiner is in Frisco, and it's my friend who's a pastor in Frisco, Texas. And he says, hey, I want Axio. Will you please send me some? And on here you have the option to do 3 things. Hand deliver it to them with the Axio of yours that you have that you put in here, that there's little stickers that you put on here, or the company, and you pay the shipping, will send it directly to them, and then it'll start a 4 email five email sequence. It's a funnel, guys, that we pay $400 and $500 just for a funnel for our coaching business. You get it for free, or actually for $30 a month for being a part of LV Coaching. And what happens in that is you allow yourself to be able to send people Axio, and they get 5 emails with different videos and education. And you know what's really cool? I told you guys about Tyler's video on what package to buy. Lisa sent it to me. I watched a portion of it, and it told her how much I watched of it. And then it sent me a text message from her phone. She texted it saying, hey, you only watched 45% of the video. Did you have questions? So now when you send somebody information, you're going to know whether they watched it or not. Guys, you have any idea how big this is? This will make your business go to the next level. We're diving into it in our spare time. While we're traveling, I'm going to learn as much of it. And then you get Q, which, like Blue said last week, is a love-hate relationship. It will tell you what you need to do personal development that day. She'll ask you questions. Where can you get personal development for $1 a day? Nowhere. You get Brendan Burchard. You get all these people, guys, that you have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to be a part of listening to some of these guys teach. And and the company has paid for it for you, and it's all in one spot. The Tyler's business wheel that just is like diamonds, okay, is all on LV Coaching. You'll be able to send people to LV Coaching, and they'll be able to walk through their back office and know how to navigate through their back office. They're constantly adding videos to it every single day, so that in the next 90 days, everything that you need will be inside that thing. So I told her it's an answer to our prayers. So I'm going to let her share a little bit about what she learned last night. And then if there is a couple of you guys that were on last night, I'll have you guys unmute yourself and make some comments. about some of the stuff that you heard. So now, guys, oh shoot, you got to go through it again. You have to go through it again? You don't, do you? Let me just go back to Okay. So okay. So I know it's a little small, guys, but this is what the phone looks like. And so I'm going to move it over here to where you guys can see it. So that way you guys can see it. I'm going to downsize this. So, so that you guys can actually see what Lisa's doing. I know it's very small. We don't know why it's small. We're still trying to figure that out, and we'll work on this and get it done right so that you guys can have access to it. But I'm going to let her show you guys the app and what it looks like and how you can educate. Somebody said something. If we turn our phones, it'll go to full screen. Oh, okay, cool. So Michael said if you turn your phone, it'll go to full screen.
Maybe not.
No? Yeah, maybe it's something
You have to have the rotating. You have to have the rotating part on to do that.
Okay, it's okay. All right.
Is that under settings?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Not you guys. If we out here, if we simply I rotate my
Thank you.
phone, I get a full screen. So,
Okay.
if
Thank
we
you.
rotate, yeah.
Okay. So anyways, when you get the app, which comes with lvcoaching.com, the lvcoaching.com is, what are you looking for?
I have it on there.
Oh, it's integrated with the app. That's the part where online you can, on your computer, you can go on, you can go through the coaching, you can go through the training, you can watch videos, have that love-hate relationship with you, asking those questions, kind of assess where you might be emotionally, spiritually, physically, relationally, whatever, and make recommendations for you to go through courses, watch audio, listen to audios, or watch videos that will speak to you that day. And it's funny because everybody says, well, I didn't think I had to deal with any fear. And according to their answers to Q said that they had fear to deal with. So it was pretty cool. The app is a little bit different. You can do things on the app that you cannot do online on your computer. And that's the thing I'm going to kind of basically focus on. And that was mostly with the whole Axio sharing. So when you first log into the app, this is like your home page right there. And so you've got your LV coaching videos. For me, it's actually a little bit easier navigating the app. So here, mindset.
Oh, there. And so go ahead and pause that and go back. So guys, that's what it looks like. And now you can see that it got a little bit bigger with blue being on there. But what's really cool about that is
you can share it. I'm
going to guess that you guys are not able to hear that because I didn't click that. Is Axio sharing available in Canada? I know it's going to be, Stacy, if it's not already, but I'm going to talk to you about that. I'll tell you how I've helped Tammy be able to do that. So just let me work with you on that and I'll help you with that.
So with any of the videos, if you feel that it is something that you want to share with somebody, you can, at the bottom, you see where it says email, SMS, social, etc. You can just click on it. You can copy the link, post it, whatever. And so you can share any of those videos, which Mindset may or may not be the one you want to share, but like the Axio video probably is. There's also PDFs. Oh, yeah, Tyler.
So guys, this is the one that I'll tell you you will use. So it'll allow people to know what pack to use. And it's really funny.
He actually posted it on social media, and I got the pop-up notification because it's coming from my ID distributorship saying that somebody, I won't use names, actually clicked on this video, watched it, and also visited the website. And this happened to be a distributor who's been inactive for a couple of years, right? But apparently they're still sort of plugged in. So immediately I went in, I emailed them and said, hey, you know, LifeVantage has really upgraded their technology. I see that you're still somewhat interested or plugged in. You know, you watched this video, blah, blah, blah. You know, is there anything we can do to help you? You know, are you interested in getting re-engaged, basically? So that's a pretty huge
And
thing.
let me, Kimberly, can you hear me? Can you unmute yourself for a second? Are you on there?
Trying to figure it out. Okay.
Okay,
I
can hear
can
you.
barely hear you, but
Okay.
I'm not sure why we can't hear you very well. Can
Can
everybody? Can everybody?
We can hear her, Mike.
We can hear her fine, Mike.
Yes, she's good.
Oh, you guys can hear her fine?
Yeah.
Might be because
It might be because we have this app on. So Kimberly, why don't you share with me what you shared with me the other day when we were talking about the benefits of using a platinum pack?
Because of the orphans?
Of everything that we talked about, what the benefits are that you've seen that makes it a no-brainer to use and purchase a platinum pack.
Okay. Pop quiz. All right. Well, everybody knows that you get the bigger bonus when you sign people on and stuff like that. But I got like 33 orphans because once I upgraded to the platinum pack and was using the app every day. You have to do like an activity card every single day. They will assign you orphans from internet orders. So, I mean, that's just really, if you get some permanent customers out of that, that definitely pays the difference between the gold and the platinum.
And and Kimberly, also there's a lot of benefits with, like we talked about, like you and I talked about, you get 2 free tickets to an upcoming event, whatever that is. They have special bonuses and stuff that you get to enter into the events earlier than other people. So there's a lot of things that goes on, but I wanted you guys to hear that from her, that in the first 60 days, you only will get orphans if you purchase with the platinum pack. So how many of you that are on today would like to have the availability, if it falls that way, to have 30 orphans placed in your downline? All of you would. So I just wanted Kimberly to share that. Kimberly, thank you so much for sharing that.
You're welcome.
So go ahead,
Okay.
babe.
Yes.
No, you can share some
Okay.
guys.
So the next thing I wanted to kind of briefly talk about are some of these PDF documents, whether it's the compensation plan highlights that might be for either yourself to review or to share with the potential new business partner, per tandem FAQs, NERF 1, NERF 2. What? No, they're not on the regular LV app. They are in the back office, but this is so much quicker and easier to just do it. This one, like the pet tandem facts, FAQs for people with the animals. So you can just go through it, share it. It's super easy. And PDFs in all languages. Well, primarily right now, the app is in English. There are some PDFs in the back office, I think, like the...
But he's talking about on here, honey.
Yeah, no, on here it's all in English right now. All right, next, the Axio sampling. This is like the big highlight. So any of these sampling posts that you can share on social media, this is the one in particular that I did, to raise your hand in the comments if you like a free sample of a natural energy and mental focus product.
There you go.
This part lets me turn it. Interesting. So anyways, you post that on your social media page, and then people make comments on there And the first 3 people, you post your thing on there, and it even tells you the sample text. You do have to edit it a little bit. Just add to it or change it. And says that the first 3 people that raise their hand, they're going to get the free sample, right? So more than 3 people raise their hand, obviously. But the first 3 people, you just private message, get their email address, their physical address, and then you come into samples and you're going to share it.
And what it could be, guys, is it could be 3 each day. Because you're going to get, I had 7.
Whatever you
had
want.
17 on one of those posts, okay? And now I have 5 appointments after Christmas, so next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, or Thursday and Friday, of people who are looking at this as wanting to purchase product and learn more about the opportunity. So it can be as many people as you see fit that you want to give it. And Lisa's going to show you where you can allow them to pay for the shipping.
Yep, that's where I was going.
So they have some skin in the game, or where you can pay for the shipping for them.
Right. Business page.
Business page.
Primarily business
Wendy,
page.
we repeat the question.
So Wendy was asking what page, can you put it on your personal page? And actually, you can, because you're giving stuff away for free. I did it on both my personal page as well as my business page, but mostly the stuff sticks to your business page. So if somebody raises their hand, they give you their physical address, they give you the email. You're going to go in, you're going to add the recipient. And if you've already got them on your phone as a contact, you just sync your contacts, pick who it is, and then add it in. Or you can manually add in if it's somebody brand new, like the Uber driver or something like that, right? And then it'll go through and you put in your credit card information because it's $5.95 per sample pack that covers basically the packaging, shipping, and handling.
And guys, where'd it go?
It was on the chair over there.
And guys, like I said, these things right here will cost you $2 to make. I've outsourced them to try to see what they'll cost you $2 to make. So you're really spending $2.95 or $3.95. Obviously you're spending $5, but these will cost you money too. And plus you'd have to put the Axio in here. The company's doing it all for you and shipping it right to the person.
Yep.
Or you can allow them to pay for it, which is even better. It'll send them a prompt to allow them to pay $5.
I'll get it.
Okay.
So then if you're handing it out, if you did purchase these through the company and you hand them out and you want to just, give them out to people, you're going to come on to sample drip campaigns. And this is the one, Axio sample given in person. And so you're going to put in their address or their email address. Always get their email address though, because you want to put them in the funnel. So you're going to go down to email and add in their email address, whether they're in your phone or again, that Uber driver that you just met. And it'll show you, it tells you on the app, day one, their email's going to be your free Axio sample. And it's got the Axio video.
It's the video that Stacy was just playing earlier that talks about the Axio.
Yep. It says, thanks for being willing to try a sample of Axio, blah, blah, blah. Rapid source of energy, accompany mental acuity, positive mood. Check out the video of what to expect. The next one is on day 3. And it's also a personalized letter that's going to have their name in it. If it's going through the company, obviously, if you handed it to somebody, you still put their name in it. So the email will have their name on it.
And it'll be personalized.
And says, I thought I'd take some time to fill you in on a few benefits you can expect from Axio. And it's got the Axio FAQ sheet on there, and it talks about improved mental endurance, mental acuity, concentration, memory, increased physical and mental energy, positive mood, increasing the brain's resilience to stress, especially during this Christmas season, right? Improved information processing and attention, reduced mental fatigue, and brain fog. And then it has your information on there. You can see on the bottom, it's got my name, my phone number so that
Your
they
email.
can, yeah, and so that they can call you, reach out to you. Day 5, they're going to get another video. And this is again, and email, I should say. Your Axio sample comes with 3 energizing sticks. It talks a little bit about that, how to use it. If you're handing it out to somebody, they're going to be using it before this day 3 email will show up. So you're going to have to tell them how to use it. But yeah, it's also then that cartoony-ish video that's about sustainable energy. No, it won't land.
Okay. But it does. That's the video that they get. It's not just a picture.
Correct. Correct. And so it also has a link to your website. It says, oh, FYI, Axio's clean formula, made natural sweeteners, colors, flavors, no added sugars, GMOs, low cal, low carb, gluten-free. Want to learn more? Give me a call or visit my website. And it's got a link to your website for you. And then day 7 is the 4th email. So it's this constant little drip campaign.
For 7 days.
You know? And so then it says, have you tried your Axio sample yet? You probably saw a boost in energy, mental clarity, and it's not a lot. You can see this is the whole email. It's a very short and sweet, so we're not really bombarding people too much. And then later on, the last one on day 9 would be basically after they've already probably gone through all 3 sticks of Axio, talks about it. And then it's got the video of LifeVantage being at the forefront of nutrigenomics.
In NRF1, NRF2, and NRF1.
Yep.
And guys, what's really cool about that is this will let Lisa know how much of the videos they've watched. So whether they watched them all, whether they clicked them on, it tells you all of the information that you need to know. Guys, it's right in your palm of your hand now. You don't have to worry about whether they watched it or whatever. So
so under the feed is where it all comes in, that so-and-so clicked on your link, they watched your video, whatever. And so here it says, you know, Michael Huey watched What Pack, watched the video What Pack shared via SMS, because I sent it via the text, and said 45% watched. And so a little pop-up notification came on my phone. So we were goofing around, and I texted him. And I said, hey, I see you watched the video, but you weren't able to get through the whole thing. You know, was there a problem? Did you have any questions? Things like that. So it's pretty cool. And then whatever you do, and if for example,
there's my friend. Okay,
yeah, so he visited the website.
So he's got the stuff. He's visited, and it's going to tell me. So that was day 1.
Yep.
He got the product in the mail, and and you guys can see Ronell visited the site. So guys, it works. All you have to do is do it. Do it, guys. You guys know that there's no possible way, unless they're part of the 3% people that don't feel something after, and it tells them, take it on an empty stomach first thing in the morning. You know, don't drink it too fast. You can get, there's a lot of, it tells them exactly what to do. So you have anything else? Do you want to see if Mike Kinky or somebody wants to share about? Okay. Hey, Mike, let's go back to, we'll stop sharing here. Mike, why don't you come on for a second and tell us your experience from the call the other night, some notes that you took, and how excited you are about this sample program.
Okay, thanks, Mike. I mean, when I got on here, they were talking about, the very first part of it was talking about personal development.
Yeah.
And Marcel was on, of course, Blue was on. There was another fellow that I'd never heard of before.
Tony Kratzowitz?
No, not Tony, a short name. Rye Fry.
Rye Fry, yeah.
I didn't know Rye Fry.
Yeah,
but
he's new to the company.
They were going over, you know, how to get on lvcoaching.com and set up your account. It's $1 a day. And they were going over all the videos, the audios, and the articles, and how these courses that are involved in here on personal development. There's a couple hundred different videos. There's articles, and a lot of audios that you can listen to. And
what
they got
excited you the most about what you heard from last night?
Yeah, tell me what you took away from it. What are some of your takeaways?
Well, they're definitely helping us grow our business. Everything's there. If you're really interested in growing this business, then there's no excuse for not getting involved for $1 a day.
And Mike, don't you think out of all the stuff that we've ever had, this is like super, super exciting? And how, I mean, let's just say if you're just a distributor, don't you think it's awesome that you have access to personal development and how it'll make you grow and how it'll make you change? Guys, it's made me a massively different person. So, and guys, Mike, how long have you been involved with LifeVantage now? 5 years? 4 years? You know? Did we lose you?
Somebody, I went back to, I don't know, I got muted. Anyhow.
Okay.
No, I've been in here about 2.5 years.
Oh, okay. You've been in here
kind of a glorified customer for 2.5 years. I talked to a lot of people, but I never had any kind of follow-up. This drip campaign, wow.
Big time, right? Big time.
That's the big time takeaway for me. It's automatically, there's five texts or emails or whatever, notifications, as we call it, a drip campaign that people are going to see, and you have 5 automatic follow-ups. And at the end of 5 automatic follow-ups, if they're not a customer or they're not a distributor, they're not interested.
And then, or you can go back and follow up with them later.
Right.
Oh yeah, I mean, 6 months from now, you can say, hey, you guys, I sent you this sample a while back. I'm just trying to follow up again, see where you're at.
Exactly.
The one thing that Marcel really, I like this guy, Marcel.
Me too.
His whole start of this whole thing was 95% of Americans cannot retire at 65. 95% of Americans cannot retire at 65. So we're all spending time for money, trading time for money. So are you going to be one of the 95%? Or are you going to be one of the 5%?
That's it.
I mean, that's that's where it's at. And if, for people that have done nothing but work for other people all their life, this is a way to get involved, full-time, part-time, anytime. The products for me are just amazing. I love the Vantage Pack.
Yeah, and hey, Mike, talk about how for you, like, retirement's coming soon, right? So for you, I don't see you as the type of person that's just going to do nothing during retirement. So just from a personal development standpoint, a lot of these people are coming into the LV coaching and learning a lot about stuff that can help them get through that process of life, right? And so I think that's good that you talked about that. So that's awesome. Lisa and I love it, and we're so excited. Mike Fleiner, did you get to stay on? How much of it did you get to watch the other night? Are you still on or no?
Yeah, I'm still on. I watched most of it. And for me, you've all said a lot of good things, but the main thing that I heard was everybody likely watches a video a day, and they're watching them from their phones. And so the LV coaching app is critical because it intuitively sends it on a text, and texts are received on their phones. They click it, they watch it on their phones. People are consuming content on their phones. That was the big one. And then follow-up is everything in this business. And so, like he was just talking about before, Mike was just talking about before, is these little tickle emails that follow up, make it easy to follow up. They're personalized. You can see what happens. Having been in sales for almost 30 years, if you are good at follow-up, you can sell just about anything. And so this just makes it easier. Those were the big highlights for me.
And you know what's great? You guys just heard from 2 people in sales all their life. Michael works in the food sales. Michael and Michael. It's the Michael and Michael show, right? Michael and you know what? Really, if you want to say this, I've been in sales all my life. I just never really had to sell anything because we had waiting list after waiting list of people that wanted to work with us. But you still have to close the person to sign them up, right? And so, and guys, you're talking about guys that have not just been in sales, but have made multiple 6 figures in sales and are here in LifeVantage because they see the big picture about our products. And you guys heard both of them. And Kimberly, were you on too the other night? Are you still here? I don't even know if you're still here. Let me see if you are. I'll unmute you. You might have had to go because I know you're teaching. Oh no, there you are.
There we go.
Kimberly, can we hear you? I just tried to unmute you, but
Okay. I just don't know how to like navigate this.
that's all right. You'll learn.
I was just on briefly.
Okay.
I was just on briefly
Do you
last
want?
night.
Did you have a takeaway or anything?
I don't think anything that hasn't already been said. I mean,
Okay.
I just watched the first part about the coaching and
Personal development.
yeah, not really.
Okay. I didn't know if you did. If you didn't, that's fine. Everybody takes everything differently. So thanks.
Yeah, I just wasn't on there very long.
Okay. All right.
Is there anybody else that was on there that I
Yeah.
didn't get to catch?
Was there
that might
anybody
wanna
else that
share
was on that
something?
might want to share something, or even somebody that's been using it and navigating through it? Guys, if you're not doing it, please do it. It's worth it. It's worth $1 a day. We have gotten rid of so much stuff. I started telling other entrepreneurs about it, and they're like, heck, I wish we had something like that. And guys, I shared it with numerous network marketing companies, and they said, oh my God, how much does that cost? So anybody else want to make a comment or say something before I go on to our last piece?
Hey, Michael, this is Mike Fleiner. I think the other thing I heard was about relationships and also repeatable, the process being repeatable. And I don't know, it was Rye Fry or Blue was talking about how on his team, he had a lot of people calling him and he was almost doing, like counseling with people, and it was taking up a lot of time. And he said what happened is he interrupted the people that were saying, I've got this issue or that issue. And he talked about fear, said, hey, watch these 2-3 videos and then let's have a conversation afterwards. One, it saved him time. Two, they watched the video and for themselves figured out, oh, it's not actually fear, it's actually blah, blah, blah. And what that does is it fosters this relationship creation or nurturing, what have you. And so I think, again, I really enjoyed that. And I'm definitely going to be signing up for the app and paying the $30 because I see just tremendous benefit.
I watched Lisa go through it, and I thought we could only needed one account. I just decided, hey, look, I'm going to do it myself because I heard the Q stuff. And
that part we can.
And it's awesome because she challenges you to listen and follow through. Jane, do you want to, Jane Anderson, just come on. Do you want to unmute yourself, Jane, and tell a little bit about your experience with it? Because you said you signed up a week ago. Why don't you talk about your experience a little bit with it?
Yeah, I love it. I mean, it's so easy to use and navigate around. And the fact that everything is like right there. I mean, and you can go back and watch videos again. And yeah, I'm loving it. And
yeah.
It just gives you that extra, when you feel like you need to know something and you don't have somebody handy that you can call, you can go back in there. You can go to the LV coaching and look for a video or look for the coaching on that particular subject.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, me too. Thanks for sharing that. Appreciate that. Anybody else comment or question about it? Anybody? We have a comment or a question? Guys, I'll just tell you, this thing is going to take you, will absolutely positively take you to the next level. The money that they've spent, this company's been doing it for years. They've done it with many, many different companies. It's proven. There's stats behind it, what it does and how, and they're going to, guys, Tyler and Marcel and Blue are the 3 top distributors in this company. There's a reason why they're that way. They're the reason, and I'll just tell you guys this. Blue's talk last week on our Thursday night call was lights out, what he said. He said, look, and guys, we are all underneath Blue. The majority of people in this company are underneath Blue and Tyler and Marcel. And you heard what he said. He said, look, I get it that, he goes, I support everybody in my downline, what they're doing, but a lot of the times they're getting away from the things that really matter and that are, it doesn't matter what works. It only matters what duplicates. And if you want to grow, and that's what Lisa says, guys, we've been around the top people in the industry of every single entrepreneur industry, in network marketing, in funnels, you name it. And they all say the same thing. There's so many people that do things, they change this video and do this presentation, and they you know, you have to be consistent. And I think if you look at what we did at Building Depth last weekend, one of the things that Daniel said was completely blown away with is all the rank advancements, right? And it works, guys. Rye Fry's tear-off sheet is off the chain. And like I liked what Blue said. Some of you can use like I used the corporate presentation the other night for a Zoom, and we had signups, okay? And it's just how it flows and how it works, guys. You have the availability to do this. So I want to do a little bit of personal. Did somebody have something to say?
Fred said he was signing up.
Awesome. Fred said he's going to sign up. So let me go over, and I'm going to finish up with this. And this is a book by Todd Falcone, and so Todd is a very prominent multiple 7- and 8-figure earner in this industry, and he says that and you guys have heard me say this. He talks about people liking you and trusting you. Okay, and let me just mute you guys just one more time. Okay, all right. So and here's what he says. He says, what makes people like you? And I'm going to laugh because Kimberly always says she doesn't like people. But to put it simple, when you make another person feel good, you're moving in the right direction. He says, there's a phrase that comes directly from one of my favorite books I've read a couple times, How to Win Friends and Influence People. It says, be genuinely interested, not interesting. The more interest you show in another person and the more genuine it is, the more they're going to like you. So, and then it says, instead of being the person who always talks and brags and has to be the star of the show, turn your attention to them. And it says, wait a minute. Instead of being the person who always talks, brags, and has to be the star of the show, turn your attention to the other people and who they are, and they'll end up falling in love with you, right? Ask questions. Be interested. Listen. 2 ears, 1 mouth. It's not hard. People love it when you show interest in them. Building relationships. We have people now that are constantly texting Lisa and I and wanting to get to know us. They don't even know what we do. Linda Rank and her husband, Christian, who are both doctors, said, what do you guys do? We want to know. And then he said, what makes people trust you? He says, I tell you this now, you want to work on your ability to influence others. Guys, if you don't know that, now you do. Leadership is all about influence, and we've learned this from Cole more than ever. If you guys want to have more contacts and you want to be able to influence people that told you no, whether it's in your ministry or in your business, we're talking about business, you will always gain respect from them by influencing them. I have a friend of mine, and you guys know that we've had some bad experiences with people and building funnels, and now we've found a great team. We have a great team together. And my friend Bob McIntosh, I'm going to be vulnerable with you guys right now. I wanted to share LifeVantage with Bob McIntosh from the day I met him because of the lifestyle and how he talks and acts and loves people and doesn't need to be the star of the show and sits in the back of the room. And he's made millions of dollars in real estate. He has a real estate investors retreat every single year. He's having the 4th annual one this year. They're having it in Jamaica again. And it sells out every year. And I'm having Bob as the MC of my event. And I seen him at an event, and I was going to share LifeVantage with him, make a time to get together and share with him. And I kid you not, guys, he was opening a packet of Axio and pouring it in his drink. And we were Lisa was there too. We were at Thrive 2 years ago, having a dinner with all the people from another mastermind that I am. And I went, Bob, where'd you get Axio from? He's like, I signed up just a couple weeks ago. And I went, oh. And now Bob has become one of Elisa and I's dearest friends. And, you know, you guys, you have to nurture relationships. You have to be able to have these type of things. And then it goes on, it talks about influence. Effective leadership is rooted in trust. The way you build your business, make more sales, and grow into consistently act in such a way where people trust you. Clearly, trust is built on telling the truth. Never exaggerate about studies. Never exaggerate about the money you make. You know, there's never a need to exaggerate or go overboard, fib, or tell a lie. Always tell the truth. It's good enough if you don't. You should always tell the truth anyway, but this is hard. Tell the truth. It will always come back to bite you, and hard. It's simply not worth it. And he says, how exactly do you build trust? He says this: if you want more people to trust you, to believe in you, follow you, or buy from you, then you need to see that from, you need to see from you, what they need to see from you is consistency, okay? That your message is consistent, you know? You don't necessarily mean that you need to see, you know, they don't need to see everything in your business, although that's important. I mean, to be consistent in your behaviors and your actions, right? My friend Brian Angus said this to me today. He's like, Mike, I did really good in LifeVantage, and then I fell off the wagon. I didn't do anything, and now I want to get back involved. And he said, I did a 3-way phone call with him. He's got a guy signing up tomorrow, and it's his first person he signed up in 5 years, okay? And he was a straightforward guy. The guy asked him, he said, Brian, how good are you doing this? And he told him, he said, I signed up 7 people in the beginning. I gained 100 pounds. I got depressed, and I lost my momentum. And the guy said, thanks for being honest and vulnerable. Guys, people want to hear your story. They don't want to hear a makeshift thing. I told Michael Fleiner this and the other day. I said, Mike, you have massive influence over people. You always want to look at people as a business builder, no matter how much money they have. Because I heard one of my friends say this. My friend Mark said this about people in Taiwan. Okay, he said if you come from Taiwan, you either come from money or you believe that you don't have to work. All right, they have the availability to make changes, but never do. And so I like what Todd finished with this. He said, ask yourself these few questions and see how you stand on the subject of reliability and follow through. Number 1, reliability. Am I seen as being reliable? Do people see me as someone that can always be counted on? Number 2, follow through. Do I consistently stick to my commitments, or am I constantly changing my mind? God, there's so many groups in LifeVantage that are constantly changing their message, their videos, everything that they do. Like Blue said, he said, I love them. I like what they do, but they confuse a lot of people. And it's why a lot of people stay at the same ranks. I'm going after building as many leaders as I can. And once you do that, you build trust and you build likability. And then this is how he finished. Okay. And I'll finish with this. Look at your relationship this way. They are like banks. Just like you can't withdraw from an empty bank account, you can't make a withdrawal from a relationship where you've made no emotional deposits. If the only time you call or contact someone is when you want something from them, you're not going to get it. And in business and in network marketing, that is driven by people. Okay? I'm sorry, guys. You make sure that you are making regular deposits into an emotional bank accounts of people you know. Okay? Here are a few examples, and I'll finish with this. Number one, make a call and catch up with someone you haven't talked to in a long time. Constantly adding people to your Facebook page. Building, taking people off that are not responding. I took 400 people off, okay? And then people added me that are making deposits in our life. Number two, send a text message to a friend and say something nice. How's your day going? Was just thinking about you. Wanted to say how much I appreciate having you in my life. I do that all the time, guys. And people are coming to me wanting to know what we're doing, and they want to be on the products. They want to talk about the business without me even doing it to them. Guys, we are the only people in one of the largest masterminds in the United States that's in network marketing, and the guy doesn't even let people in network marketing, and he lets us in the business, in the mastermind, because we don't blast what we do to everybody. People come to us. And so the last three says, send a random card or an email or a small card from online. I use American Greetings. I love American Greetings. This blows people's minds, especially when it's not their birthday or their anniversary. You don't need to spend a bunch of money. It's like, I think, $5 a year for that. Most people just love surprises. Invite them to coffee. Invite them to just have a conversation. And invite them to a Zoom, guys. They can see emotionally how you care about them. Do a Facebook Messenger thing with them and call them on Messenger so they can see you. And last, send them something on the subject they love. If your friend loves a particular band or a movie, or sports, talk to them about that. Oh, and he has one more. Reach out to someone on Facebook you haven't had connection with in a while and spark up a conversation. And remember to put them in your app so that you can go back and continue to have conversation with them. And they're going to start to ask you. And then he says, he finishes with this, the chapter with this. He says, there are a lot of very simple steps you can take to maintain and improve the quality of your relationship you have with people. Honey, can you do me a real quick favor? Just in the participants things here. Can you go down through here and just write down who is on here? And that way, or just take a picture of it so that I know. And here's what he says. He says, there's a lot of people that take that very simple steps you can take to maintain and improve quality relationships. The more you stay connected with people, the better off your business will be. Your contacts are more likely to be open to looking at your business or sampling your products if they see you as someone who has made an effort to stay in regular contact with them. Okay? So, and guys, that's the end of the call. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put everybody's name into a little drawing. And Lisa just wrote everybody's name down who was on the call. And
I need to know who the people on the phone are.
Well, you just have to figure out their numbers from your phone.
It's blocked out. Part of the phone number is blacked out. So
Okay.
if you're on your phone, type in the chat box who you are real quick. It's a 419 area code and a 612 area code.
Do that real quick before we get off, guys. Okay, so I'm going to let everybody go.
And a 956 area code.
So if you're on your phone, just type in who you are, or just if you just message us on Facebook, we'll add you. And then we're going to give away a couple prizes. I'm going to give away this book from Todd Falcon that is a quick read. It's only a couple pages. I freaking love this book. I'm going to give away one of Ed Milet's book, Max Out Your Life, and I'm going to give away one of Andy Andrews' books. So what's that?
What's the name of that book?
Chris, you can unmute yourself. I can't hear what you're saying. What did you say? Which book were you talking about? Oh, Todd's book. This one, Chris.
Falcone is great.
Yeah, Falcone. Yeah, Fearless Networking. Oh, Tammy's, okay.
And by who?
Todd Falcone. Okay, guys, before you go, anybody have a comment or a question?
Want to wish you Merry Christmas, both of you.
Yeah, and that's what we were about to say to you guys. Guys, I hope you guys remember the reason we celebrate this season. We love you guys. Lisa and I will not be on next Thursday, and I'll just tell you why. We're going to have the call on the following Thursday, but we will be in Mexico. And so if you guys can say prayers for us, we're going on the LifeVantage event to Mexico to build houses. And then we're traveling back up to do 2 presentations, work with our business coach, and then we're going to the Rose Bowl. So we're super excited about that. It's a bucket list thing for us, for me. I'm getting to take my bride along with me, Mike.
Of course.
So
The thing in Mexico is going to change your guys' lives.
I've been before, but Lisa's never been. So I'm super excited for her to be able to do that. And guys, if you could, please just pray for me. I've had some neck issues from our car accident a couple years ago. And so I'm hoping that it's not been great. So we're just hoping that I'll be able to go. So we love you guys. Guys, finish the month strong. Take some action, send some samples, get out there and work through the holidays. I'll tell you what I took away from one of the last things, and I'll send you off on this, is that people are around you during the holidays, and it's a great time for you to build a relationship and sit down and tell them what you're doing and say, hey, look, I'm looking for people to partner with, to be able to do this with. Guys, her and I'll just tell you guys this, we can't do it without you, but we're going after Ireland, and so should you. There's a small group of people that make it, and I believe a lot of our team can do that. So let's go make a difference in the lives of other people. Guys, if you have not bought the hair care stuff, buy it now. Buy some for Christmas. I'll just tell you this. This is what my mom wants for Christmas, the hair care stuff. I left her some. We haven't had anybody we've sampled that hasn't bought the product. And I'll just tell you this. On the 26th, I think the day after Christmas, will be available in your back office to buy. So you'll have samples of the hair care. So, guys, thank you so much for joining. I love you guys.